Hey everyone, so what if I told you that you could record your ideas, your thoughts for yourself, your business, or whatever with just a video and then have it published out to all the major platforms? So this is what I got tired of doing. So I have lots of ideas I want to share, like this video here, but you can write a blog post, write a Twitter post, write a LinkedIn article, etc. The list goes on. It's a lot of work here. What I wanted to ultimately do is just record a video, have a stream of conscious, kind of like what I'm doing right now, or a stream of thought, and be able to take that and have it be polished and put out to the various platforms. So that is what I'm going to show you how to do today. Should take about the next 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you how to do it with Claude Skills. So again, the problem is a lot of people want to publish content. They want to, and again, you have to publish for all the major, which ones do you hit? Do you hit LinkedIn? Do you hit TikTok? The list goes on, right? But the source of truth should be the same. So for me, that source of truth is either a blog article or a video. So in this case, it's a video. I'm explaining to you how to do this, and this is kind of the chicken and egg problem here, but I'll end up making all the assets that you see, like the YouTube video and the thumbnail and the posts that go out with the skills that I create. Okay, so I think what I realized is, so Skills came out a few months ago by Anthropic, and a lot of the videos you'll see on YouTube, they'll open up this blog article and they'll go through and talk about it, right? But they don't really give you any real ways to leverage it, okay? But I want to talk about what skills are and how you can actually leverage them to make them extremely useful. And really, I was just blown away this weekend as I was creating an entire workflow. So again, what are skills? So to use skills, you need to be on using Claude. And skills are just packages. So think of skills as like knowledge. So say you write a prompt, right, and it has knowledge in it. It has that knowledge. So they're portable and you can share them, okay? Also, they're efficient. They're only loaded when they're needed, okay? And what makes them super powerful is you can include scripts in them, okay? So Anthropic calls this a skill. This is going to be more of a bigger pattern, I think. A lot of the other companies will start to leverage here because it is so powerful, as I show you today. So again, a skill is simply at its most basic level just a prompt, okay? So again, you can read this article, you can go into their docs here, and I found the docs actually the best place to really find out how to leverage these things. They've got excellent documentation. It goes into deep details. You look at the docs, and again, you look at the repo. And again, this will, most people will tell you to do, and then they'll stop there. But let me show you how I actually leverage this, okay? So again, we go back to skills. Skills beat prompts. Prompts are ephemeral. You use them, they're gone. There's no way to leverage them unless you restart the conversation or pick it up again. But skills are almost like, so imagine you have an employee and you're hiring them to help you produce content for your website, right? What you would do is you would go through and you would train this employee. You would give them access to various accounts. You would tell them how you like your voice to be, where you want to publish at, and they would do that for you. So that is the exact same concept you want to leverage your skills. Treat it like an employee. You're giving it knowledge so it can produce the results that you want. Okay? So let's talk about what I wanted to do. So again, what I wanted to do is record a video like what you're watching right now and have the whole end-to-end life cycle done. So the first step was to publish out to multiple platforms. And actually, I'll take it smaller than that. It was just to create the post for those platforms. I was going to post them myself. So that's where I started at. Okay, I started at very basic, what was the problem I was trying to solve, and then I just started systematically trying to figure out, all right, here's this skill I need to make, here's this skill I need to make, and piecing them together. Now, what's super cool about skills is they're stackable. So you can create like a skill like post to Twitter skill. It has credentials to your account, and you can reuse that for various workflows. So you can wrap workflow skills around that to use it, okay? And skills, again, right now are available on Claude Code, and that's typically where I use it the most here because it can run scripts on my desktop. But you can also use skills with Claude Desktop. And Claude Desktop allows you to run locally now as well. So they're trying to make Claude Code, which is an incredible agent, it's actually more of a general agent than a coding agent now. And they're also adding skills to the desktop. The only problem with the desktop right now is it can run code. So if you go to Claude.ai and you create a skill with a script, it can run code, but they block outbound requests, network requests, and there's no way to manage credentials on the website. So I have found it best actually to run everything locally. That way I've got control of everything. My credentials don't leave my computer, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's get back to the skill hill. So I created a skill here, and this skill is actually just a file. So you can see it says content repurpose, transform YouTube videos into multi-platform content. And then I go through here, and this is actually a stackable. So I have another skill called YouTube transcript, which fetches the video, takes the transcript, and then parses it out into various formats that I need here. All right, so let's do a live demo of this, and I'm going to show you how it works, okay? All right, so again, we're at the chicken and egg right now. I don't have a video done, since this is one of my first videos, but a friend of mine shared this video the other day about a guy named Tomas Pettifree, and he found a way to automate everything. And this was back in the 70s and stuff. And a side note, listen to this. This is an amazing conversation here, and I think it's fitting to use this in our demo. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to run our skill with this demo and see what we get here. So what I'm going to do is, again, I use Claude Code, and a lot of times people say skills are automatic. You can also invoke them. I've found just say, hey, use this skill and it will invoke it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, I talk to my computer. I use a speech-to-text app. It makes it easier for me to get all the context and my thoughts on the prompt. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this URL, and I'm going to tell it to use it. So I'm going to paste it in, and then I'm going to say, can you please use the content repurposer skill to create posts for the various platforms? I am not giving this talk. This is a talk I found on the internet, so I want to share it not from a place where I'm giving it, but as an observer to it. All right. So again, you can kind of go through there, get your thoughts out and stuff. That was pretty basic. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to run this, and what it's going to do is it should invoke that skill. So you can see it being invoked right now. Now this is important because it only loads it into the context first, okay? So what it's doing is it's grabbing the transcripts from this video, okay? So we'll let it do that, and we'll let it think about it. All right, so here it is. It's writing out here. So we've got a blog post, a LinkedIn post, and a tweet, okay? So let's see what these look like. All right, cool. So it's done it, and then it's kind of giving me a summary here. So let's open up one of these. So can you open the LinkedIn.md with the text editor app? All right, so now we've got here the LinkedIn post here. And I'm not going to read through all this because I've read through them before here, and I'm kind of constantly tweaking here. But you can see here that it takes out what I feel like is how I want to approach this stuff, right? So in how I leverage this in the future is this will be taking my words and pushing this out to these formats, okay? Now, that's not it. So that's one step of the process. The entire process is actually bigger, and I actually worked on it this weekend and got the whole thing working. So the process is that, all right, number one, I want to give a video orchestrator a video and a title to the video. So imagine I take a video, give it a title, and say, run the video workflow. So what would it do then? Well, it would go through, it would go and fetch the video. Actually, here, let me pull it up. We can see what it looks like. All right, so, yep, this is my video workflow here. And you can see here there's quite a few different things we're doing, okay? So we're creating everything. We're creating the thumbnail, the transcription, we're creating the description, and the blog post all at once. So when you see this video, everything, the description, the thumbnail, all will be created by this process. So what I want you to take away from this is skills are super powerful. Just start, pretend like they're Legos. Start at the bottom with a basic skill and just start adding on to it to figure out how to make complete end-to-end workflows. All right, if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And what would you build for yourself? I would like to know, like, what problems are you having or that you're trying to solve with AI? All right, thank you.